British Prime Minister Theresa May is making her case to moderates and Central Labour Party voters that voting Conservative is what's best for the country. These claims follow the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham, where May and Conservative MPs discussed the future of the party amidst Brexit negotiations. Talking Points analyst Conor Wight is here with how resonant that message may be and the current state of Brexit. So, Conor, let's start things off. How is May trying to woo these Labour voters, and is she going to get any of them?
Well, she made her case in an article in The Observer. She's essentially trying to say that Conservative is going to be the moderate party, and not only that, but also the party of the future. She started that off by sort of attacking Labour to begin with, attacking some of the flaws in the opposition party. She's saying that Corbyn is not an effective leader. He hasn't effectively dealt with some of the problems that Labour has faced, such as a rise of anti-Semitism in the party, as well as not really reacting strongly enough to some of the more international problems that Britain has faced. But not only that, she's not just pointing to some of the more negative things, she's also looking to bring in some of the more positive things that the Conservatives have been able to do, or are trying to do, at least. They're trying to end austerity, which is a huge housing and economic problem that Britain has faced since 2008, and they're also looking to bring it home on Brexit, and that deal has to be reached by March of next year.
So, Jeremy Corbyn, obviously probably not too happy about those criticisms. How has Labour responded to Theresa May's claim that they are the party of the future?
Well, we haven't heard specifically from Jeremy Corbyn yet, but we did hear from Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell, who is a very close ally of Corbyn and another Labour Party leader. He went on television this past weekend, and he essentially said that this is just a mark of desperation for May. She knows that she doesn't have any support within her own party, and even went so far as to say that Tory MPs are going to set up a coup for her position.
So I want to focus on that. So Theresa May is facing possible rebellion from her own party. Is now really the time to be reaching out to another party's voters when her own party seems kind of unsure about her?
Well, there's sort of two ways to look at that. In one way, a recent poll from The Observer actually shows that a lot of voters see her as a strong leader. They put her ahead of people like Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn. However, as we've both said now, there are MPs within the Conservative Party that are looking to take her position. They don't think that she's going to be able to make it until 2022 or really much longer after Brexit. So you have some people like you have Tory MPs, like Boris Johnson, James Duddridge. He said that he's threatening to send a letter into the party for her resignation. But in all likelihood, like I said, she'll survive past Brexit, but unlikely to survive much longer. And
kind of going on surviving much longer, Labour has made another EU referendum a big part of their new campaign. So how likely is that to actually happen? We have a new referendum on Brexit, and can you tell me a little bit about this kind of rough protest that took place in front of Parliament?
Well, that is a very rough pun on something that happened in London this week, with voters asking for a wooferendum, as it were. We have thousands of dog owners bringing their dogs to Parliament, asking for this, what they're calling a people's vote. Now, what they and some other Labour and Labour unionists are looking for is for there to be a democratic vote on whatever kind of deal May is able to bring back from Brussels when that March deadline comes. The likelihood of that isn't too strong. We have Jeremy Corbyn himself not really throwing his weight behind that, nor is Prime Minister Theresa May. So it's really a toss-up to see whether a second referendum could happen.
I'm sure everyone in Europe is anxiously watching to see whether or not that's going to happen. Conor Wight, thank you.
Thank you.